Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we will be discussing the end of Hello Neighbor Waking Nightmare. Now, as I said before, I am giving the father the benefit of the doubt for this series, because I just don't think that he would ever hurt his children. As I said in the last video, I just think it was a lot of stress building the roller. Actually, as, as I said in as I said in my last video, I just think it it was a lot of stress building the roller coaster. So let's get in to this video. So it's been It's it's been 1 month since Aaron disappeared. Since Aaron and his sister Maya disappeared, as you know. And the father said, Mr. Peterson, the father, said that they was with their Aunt Lissa. But as we know from my last video, Nicholas doesn't believe that. So Nicholas, Enzo, and his sister Marissa, and and and, and and Enzo's girlfriend. Wait, and Enzo's girl. So Enzo's sister Marissa and Enzo's girlfriend Trinity do some snooping. So let me just give you a deep dive on what happened. Okay. Nicholas and Enzo had a fight, so they're no longer talking because he just seems like he's just dragging his sister into this mess with finding Aaron and Maya, but his sister Marissa wants to find Aaron and Maya and find out what happened, and so does Trinity. So him and Enzo have a fight in this book because he just thinks he's ridiculous, and since he didn't try out for the basketball team, they're kind of on the fritz. So just keep that in mind at the end of the book. Just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. So let's begin. So it starts off with Nicholas waking up outside, and he has no idea how he got there, but he runs home. But when he gets home, he finds that he was sleeping with a golden charm apple bracelet, just like the one Marissa had with Lucy. And Enzo's sister, Marissa. So, with that in mind, he still continues to do his snooping, but first and foremost, he has got to look at all his evidence. So he takes his binder. Oh, when I say evidence, he's been taking pictures of Mr. Peterson and following his every move. So he takes his binder out and he tries to do some snooping, and he actually finds out that Aaron went with his auntie. So just keep that in mind too as well. So he actually tells Marissa that Mr. Peterson told everyone in Ravenbrook that Maya and Aaron went with their auntie, but Nicholas cannot shake the fact that before they disappeared, after their mother died, Maya came to him asking for help. And he said, well, we can get the police involved. But the last thing she said is, no, I don't want anyone to know. We're fine. Just please don't call the police. But I am asking you for your help. But when Nicholas said no, that was the last time that he saw her. And I think Aaron left him a note with blood on it that said, I made bad things happen. If you guys recall. And those for you who are new to the channel, go check that video out so you can be up to speed. It's called Hello Neighbor Missing Pieces. So, if you are brand new to the channel, go check that channel out so you will be up to speed. So, with that in mind, he does more snooping and 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 this is when Marissa and Trinity join in because they just do not think they're because they're also worried about Aaron and Maya. So they do some snooping outside of the amusement park and they find that Mr. Peterson is burying a body. And they actually do think it's a person inside. And that is what Marissa tells him. So we can't get any sleep that night. But the next day, they do steal this address book that has all the Peterson relatives in it, and they call and and they actually call Aunt. Well, they actually call this Aunt Maya person. So they actually call Aunt Maya. Well, not Aunt Maya. They actually call Aunt Lissa. And Aunt Lissa has no clue what they're talking about. So the kids aren't with her. It turns out that the dad didn't know where the kids were. So this is where Maya. So this is where Marissa, Aaron, and Trinity get proof. But the thing with this is, when they did this in the book, this was after they told Trinity, well, don't worry, we're not going to do any other snooping without you. But they lied and did some snooping, and they almost got caught by Mr. Peterson because they were in his house. And again, I've got to raise the flag on this. How are you in this man's house and he doesn't know that anyone's there? I mean, you guys have feet. You guys will make footsteps. So how did this guy not know that there are two kids in his house spying on him and taking pictures? Because they took pictures that night of him burying this mannequin. Well, they actually thought it was a person. So anyway, they have all this information, and they saw him cutting something up, and they saw blood coming out of it. I don't know what he was cutting up. I don't know if it was a steak or some type of meat. I don't know what it was. But he started singing this weird lullaby. And then instead of going to the police, they go to Enzo's father. And by the way, Enzo's on their side now because they had this fight about basketball, and since he didn't get on the team, I guess he's trying to give himself like an apology because he yelled at his friend because he thought his friend was crazy, and since he was with the cool basketball kids, I guess he felt he was just too. I guess he just felt he was too cool to be friends with Nicholas anymore. So they had a little fight, but they made up. And by the way, Enzo was friends with Aaron too, if you remember. So Enzo is on their side now. So they go to Enzo's father, who ends up calling the police. And then the police comes to their house, and and and, and they actually asked Nicholas, "Are you are you are you sure you want to go?" So they asked Nicholas, "Are you sure you want to go through with this? Go, uh, uh, um, 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 go through what you're telling us." And so Nicholas says, "Yes, I want to go through with it." So keep in mind that he gave everything he had to uh uh so keep in mind that he gave everything he had to Enzo's father. Keep that in mind because uh, uh, because the night after this, when Mr. Peterson was in the clear, I guess when Nicholas was at school, he took the phone book because Nicholas was looking for the phone book, but on the last page, I'm telling you, Mr. Peterson knew that he was watching, and he held the phone book up. So Nicholas could see it through his window. And it turns out, I don't know how this happened. Um, this aunt should have. Well, I'm not gonna judge her parenting style because it turned out that Aaron and Maya wasn't with their aunt, and the police knew this. And so when Nicholas and Enzo and Marissa and Trinity told them everything, the police just said, "Yes, we know the kids are missing because the auntie has filed the missing persons report, and the police has checked and and, 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 and the police has checked Mr. Peterson's house, and no trace they found no trace of anything. And they checked by the park, which they destroyed for this Earth Pro project. So they destroyed um the so they de- so they destroyed the amusement park for the Earth Pro project. But the police did say that they looked there and all they could find is a mannequin. That's what he buried. But the kids thought it was a body. And as for the blood, on the note from the first book, the police just say, "Didn't you um uh uh didn't you say the window was broken, Nicholas? He could have cut his leg, and that's how the blood got on the paper. Because he was trying to clean his wound, but some of the blood must have gotten on the paper. But Nicholas still doesn't believe that. And neither does Enzo and his friends. So neither does Enzo. Oh, oh, so neither does Enzo or Marissa or Trinity. Oh, did I tell you? Trinity is Enzo's girlfriend. So they started dating, even though they're in middle school, and I don't really think they should be dating in middle school, but what do I know? So anyway, so anyway, um, so so Nicholas still doesn't believe that, but his parents do have a talk with him, and they do tell him, son, sometimes you just need to let things be. But honestly, I I just hope they find them. I know they're runaways, and that the aunt that and I know they're runaways, and that the aunt filled out a missing persons report and they still haven't found them yet. But this cannot be the end. They have got to be somewhere, and I'm curious to know where they are. So, toward the end of the book, when Nicholas and his parents are driving home, they tell him that he needs to let this go and that they want him to see a counselor and to stop wandering the woods by himself. And that they are sorry that they had to move year after year after year after year. And remember that part where I mentioned Mr. Peterson holding up the holding up holding up the address book? Well, yeah. He holds up the address book, and I don't know. It was such a good ending when Nicholas says, Well, it turned out that the boogeyman is under my bed. And so that is foreshadowing. So that is foreshadowing that Mr. Peterson is still guilty, but but wait. Wait. But Nicholas has but Nicholas has given up, which I don't think he should, because I just really hope that they're okay and that they're gonna come home someday. And I really don't think he should give up the search for them, because this book is getting too good. And I will read the rest of the series. And 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 and, and I do enjoy talking about the series with you guys. But I do have some good news. I uh, uh, I mm, 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 I will I but I do have some good news. I will be reading I but but I do have some good news. I will be reading book 3 of this series until I get to the very bottom of this mystery. Where are those kids? And why aren't they with the auntie? And second of all, I don't think the case is over, so why are the cops just quitting? Like, there's nothing we can do. Like, search! Okay, I hope you guys enjoy me talking about, the second book in the Hello Neighbor series called Hello Neighbor Waking Nightmare. Bye, and I will see you guys in my first selection video. Bye, and watch out for the selection, because it's going to be coming to you guys very, very soon. Bye, love you.